full session. Thank you. Over to you, Ankita ma'am. Ankita ma'am, are you there?
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Yeah. Okay, just a minute. I'm sharing my slides.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. So basically, today the session is on uh, questionnaire designing and development. I think you all are well aware of this particular uh, topic because you must be somehow must be involved in the research. That is why you are attending this program, or somewhere you may have started your research work or maybe planning to do it, or some must be the part of the research with anybody else if you haven't done it till now. So ultimately today this at DP, where we are talking about various research methodology tools and everything. So this is one of the important aspect of the any of the research methodology I have already mentioned that day. So first I'll be excuse me first I'll be talking about the questionnaire designing, how to do it, what is a questionnaire, how to develop it, and how it can help you in the data collection properly so that your analysis can be done properly. Okay. Then, after the questionnaire designing and development theory session, I'll be also going to tell you about the how to create a Google form. Basically, this Google form, you can check it out, and like I'll be giving you the hands-on experience for the same. Okay, so let's talk about it. So as I have said earlier, that abstract, after that it comes introduction, then review of literature. After that, the next step that comes is research methodology, and after research methodology, the next step which comes as like analysis. So before that, whenever we plan any of the research methodology, we have to think how which kind of data we are going to take. So primary or secondary, if we are going to take the primary data, so on the basis of primary data or questionnaire designing, basically we have to collect the data. So through the questionnaire, we can do that. So the question designing is very important part, or I can say the heart of your research, because on the basis of that only you can check whether your objectives are in a proper direction or not, or these objectives are working, like are those, this questionnaire is aligned with your objectives or not. So this is very much important to understand this. So questionnaire designing and development, so it is a brief guide to questionnaire development. It is a critical component of survey research which involves constructing a questionnaire. If we talk about the classification of data, so there are two types of data, primary data and the secondary data. So if we talk about the primary data which is observed and collected directly from the first-hand experience, or we are taking it from the first time from the respondents or various sources, so that is primary data, and that can be collected through various sources. Again, one is questionnaire, it can be any observation, it can be your one-to-one interview, or it can be a telephonic interview, anything from where you are getting the data very fresh. Then when talk about the secondary data, so it is which is already available or already collected by someone, or which has been already published or analyzed by someone else. So it can be government publications, earlier researches, census, public personal records, company data, client histories, any records of various reports or anything. So that comes in the secondary data. Then a questionnaire is a pre-formulated written set of questions to which respondents record their answers, usually within their close defined alternatives. Now, if we talk about the questionnaire, there are two things. One is open-ended, another one is close-ended questionnaire. So if we talk about the open-ended questions in the questionnaire, basically when you are having no end, open-end means you can write whatever you want, as much as you write, you can do. Now, if we talk about the closely defined alternatives, means when you are having or getting the various options towards it, you are getting options for the same. So mostly in most of the cases, when you are doing any quantitative study related data collection or questionnaire designing, so it is having options, because it gives you better option to get connected or collect the data and to code the data and to analyze. But when it comes to qualitative, it gives you uh, you know uh, more detailed information, but maybe that information is very diverse. You have to narrow down this particular thing. So basically, generally a questionnaire is having various options where you have to answer. Now, if we talk about the type of questionnaire, so it can be an open-ended, it can be a close-ended, or it can be mixed. Means some questions can be open-ended, some questions can be close-ended, and some questions can be mixed. Elements of the questionnaire design. If you people are having any kind of doubt or regarding any of the slide, so you can just note it down. We will discuss in the end. Then we will go towards the Google Forms. So elements of the questionnaire design. So identifying the questionnaire content. Whenever you talk about the questionnaire, so you need to know what exactly your purpose towards designing the questionnaire. Why do you want to design this questionnaire? You have to identify the content. Then write or select the questions to measure the variables of the interest. Then you have to understand what are the key variables towards it and what are the question needs to be asked to serve the purpose of answering those variables requirement. Then you have to finally construct the questionnaire. So a questionnaire is more than the question. It's just not a set of questions. It is going to give you lots of information or lots of data where you are going to get the information about it. Before designing a questionnaire, what you have to do is, number one, you have to decide the purpose of your study. Then, you may hear a number of noises from my side. I'm a little outstation. So, first you have to decide, excuse me, decide the study's purpose. Means you have to know the aim, the research question, and the hypothesis. Then you have to identify what you need to measure. Also, you have to develop a preliminary analysis plan. Means you have to understand in advance that tentatively what exactly you want to, which kind of test you want to apply. Then you have to decide the data collection mode. It can be an interview, it can be hard copy or paper pencil method, it can be computer assisted. And nowadays we are having the AI and Google form, or there are so many social media platforms from where we can collect the data from different ways. There can be some link based, or there can be some interviews, there can be one-to-one interaction, or a telephonic conversation. Anything can be there. The links can be sent to different social medias and people can give you the answers for the same. So let's talk about it. Now, considerations when writing the question. So you have to understand three things. One is type of question, response formats, and next one is questionnaires wording. So the first one, that is type of question. So the type of question already I was discussing. It can be open-ended, it can be close-ended, or it can be partially ended. So if we talk about the So if we talk about the open-ended question, so basically you have to, you don't need to, you will not get the options for the answers. If we talk about the close-ended questions, so in the close-ended question, you can get some options in the order responses, some in unordered responses. I'll be telling you about those later on. Then partially close-ended means some questions are having the options. Also, it is providing you the option of giving the answer. Means maybe they'll be giving you 5 options, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then last option is all like other, or you can specify whatever you want to specify. Then second point, which I was discussing here, type of question, then response formats. If we talk about the formats, so it can be again open questions or closed-ended questions. So open-ended question basically are the options which are not provided to the respondents. Okay. If we talk about the close-ended, so there are some acceptable responses are providing to the respondents. I'm just giving you the comparison. When it comes to close-ended, you always get a standardized data because you have fixed options. But when it comes to open-ended question, it does not. It gives you various options. You do not get any exact answers. So you have to standardize it. You don't get it like this. Then sometimes because open-ended question is giving you liberty to answer, so whatever is important to you or whatever you want to say, so you can write, or you can write whatever important for you. But in close-ended question, you have to answer whatever the options are telling you. So there are number of things which is difficult and easy in both the cases. So again, in the case of close-ended question, it is always easy for the respondent to answer. But when it comes to open-ended, it is little difficult for the people to answer because they have to decide what exactly they have to write. So obviously, close-ended questions are taking lesser time than open-ended. See, here we are having some questions where you are having the answers, options for the same, like this. I'll be telling you all this in detail later on. See, this kind of, see, in the open-ended question, you can see this particular part where you have to write. You don't need to answer is like yes, no, or don't know. You have to be like this. Now, after type of questions, now second part is response format. So if we talk about the response format, so here you are going to get multiple category with all meaningful answers which are mutually exclusive. For example, depending on the type of question, you have to give the options. So it can be, see, it can be some order where you are getting two categories from 1 to 10. Okay. I'll be gonna tell you all these things in the Google form. So you will actually understand it practically, and you will get to understand, you have to understand it practically only. This is what I have to tell you in advance so that you can understand that. That is why I'm telling you. So don't worry. If you're not getting it, what exactly it is, if you are not aware of all this, so you will get it when I'll tell you the Google forms. So this kind of questions can be there. This kind of questions can be there when you are getting a different categories and no particular scale is there, or in another response format you can see different types of categories. If we talk about the partially close-ended questions, so answer choices are provided and respondents have to the opportunity to create their own responses. Means, see, this is partially close-ended. So you are getting the options, what is your position in the school, and other position they are asking you to specify. Means it is close-ended as well as open-ended because you are having the option of writing by yourself as well. Visual analog scale, this kind of scale is also available. You must have seen it earlier, or various places, especially the shopping malls and all, where they are asking your shopping experience like this. So they are giving you such visual analog like emojis and some like emojis for different satisfaction level of your shopping experience basically. So it can be neutral, it can be happy, it can be sad. So they are giving you or asking you such kind of options by providing you such scale. Ratings can be given to that option, like star, 5-star rating, 3-star rating. So that also an option. Most of the type of questionnaire include combination of open-ended question and close-ended question. So this is again open-ended question are always having such option where you have to write. But when it comes to close-ended question, so there are 6 type of close-ended questions specifically: list questions, category questions, ranking questions, rating question, quantity question, and matrix question. So again, all these categories I am gonna tell you at the time of Google form. So how to write down the list questions, how to make the questions when you are want to give them a list, how the categories can be defined, ranking questions can be there. You can provide the rating like this. So there are so many questions. So if we talk about the layout of the questionnaires, it is very important to be designed to make a reading question and filling in responses easy, and also it should be attractive to encourage the respondent to fill, and in return also when it is appearing too long, so it should be like encouraging, little attractive. However, where the choice is between an extra page or if you're giving them a hard copy option, so it should be acceptable to them. Now, if we talk about the characteristics of a good questionnaire, so it should be concerned with your specific and relevant topic. Whatever topic you are taking, whatever the variables are there, so it should be included in this. It should be short. It should be have some directions, and wording should be simple and clear. Then question should be objective type. Mostly question you can keep close-ended so that you can